Hi, this is Pearl and welcome to my channel. I have week 37 of my 2020 Project Life Process video for you, and I apologize I lost some of the footage of when I was doing the layout and picking out my journaling cards, but I will go ahead and get started. I'm using the Allie Edwards Stories by the Month kit, and I'm using a Stabilo dark gray pen to do my journaling. I do like to use dark gray instead of black because it's not as dark yet easily readable. So I took a 3x4 photo from Instagram that my friend had posted online and printed that out into just smaller than a 3x4, and I adhered it to this 4x6 photo journaling card that says this is September, and it says bring on the stories. And I journaled, the Gordons invited the kids to come over for slip and slide and food. The kids always have a great time together. So I journaled that on there. I also purchased the print and cut labels from the Studio Calico website to match the kits that come with the documenter kit, but I always have some left over, so I'm using that label there to journal doing my own dip nails, and I have the color of the gelish dip polish that I'm using, and I just like to document that this is how I include myself in the documentation. So while I was at Sephora, they said due to the nationwide coin shortage, we ask that you use a debit, credit card, contactless payment method, or exact change for purchases. And I thought that was so interesting because only during the pandemic, right? Can you have a coin shortage? No? I was surprised because I hadn't heard that before. So I am date stamping using the One Canoe 2 roller date stamp, and I do use Stays on Ink to stamp the date on all the photos and journaling cards that I actually journal on. So I'm using this big label here to journal about my daughter. So I like to have the labels come off the edge of the photo, and I do cut that off using a Tim Holtz mini snips. And then I wrote, Kaya made two different dance teams, the jazz for her age group and lyrical for the older girls. She's so excited to dance with 10-year-olds. So after I journal that, I will use a tiny attacher to staple that on 2 times because it's a large label. And I do like to add the staples because it adds some dimension to the photos and the 4x6 areas. And then on the next photo, I journaled, look how little Kaya is. So that's the photo of the lyrical dance team that she's on, and she's at the very end, like in the middle of the photo. Look at how tiny she looks next to all these other girls. So I just wanted to take a picture of that because how many 6-year-olds are in dance classes with 10, 11, 12-year-old girls? I mean, that's just crazy, but that's the dance team she got into, so I wanted to go ahead and document that. Now, I did forget to put that this was week 37 on the very left-hand side of the journaling 3x4 journaling card, but that's okay. I have it documented for week 36 and week 38, so if you turn the page, you'll know that. Or I can go back later and put 37 on that journaling card so I know that it is week 37. Now moving on to the right-hand side of my layout, here's this picture of my daughter making a funny face. We are on Zoom with some of her teachers because I was concerned about her academics. She's 6 years old and still doesn't know her alphabets, and if she doesn't know her alphabets, absolutely she can't read. Granted, she is just in kindergarten, and I know you're not supposed to compare, but my boys were already reading by this age. So the fact that she doesn't know her alphabets was very concerning. So I wanted the school to do an assessment on her, which they did, and they said that she was below average for her grade, but that there was no learning disability noted, that she should be able to catch up this year. But we did meet with 4 of the teachers, so I was really grateful to be able to do that and that they were available to do that for me, even though they're all doing online schooling. So that was that Zoom. And then I stapled the label on and put the date stamp on there. Now on the journaling card that says right now, I date stamped that using the One Canoe 2 roller date stamp and the Stays on Ink. And then I journal for the story. I've been worried about Kaya and her learning because she still doesn't know all her letters, and she's 6 years old. Learning disability, question mark. So there's that. And then I have other journaling cards and a picture of Kaya with her dance teacher that's teaching her solo private lessons. And the teacher took that picture and texted it to me, so I wanted to print that out. And on the bottom photo is a photo of me at a crop, and I was watercoloring because I was stuck and was not inspired. So I spent some time watercoloring on the Cocoa Vanilla Midnight kit, this paper. It was all black and white, and I spent some time just watercoloring. And watercoloring is so therapeutic because you don't have to stay in the lines. It can be a little bit messy, and yet it still looks good. So I went ahead and watercolored that, and I'm journaling. Took a long weekend to go to Just Crop Retreat to get some scrapbooking and recording of videos for YouTube. Watercoloring for the win. And then I date stamped that. So I date stamped the photo of my daughter and her teacher, and I use the Cocoa adhesive to adhere the label on. And I do cut off the edge of the label with my Tim Holtz mini snips. And I wrote, Kaya started her private lessons with Miss Sabrina. And so I put that down there. And on the bottom left-hand corner is a big 4x6 journaling card. And I just put the dates for the long weekend that I was at the crop. Now, I did end up re-inking my Stays On ink because it is old, as I've said in previous videos. But, and I got a big black dot on that journaling card, so I'm going to cover that up. I decided to do some stamp. Part of being 49 is that I have a hard time reading what I stamped, but on that top photo of my photo, I said, it's hard. Oh, I don't know what it says. And I don't have the stamp set on me. It's from the Ali Edwards story kit. And I do stamp on the photo of the kids slip and sliding, but it comes out so bad that I end up putting a chipboard on it that says this story and hashtag thankful. So I did try to stamp on my photos. I do like to include stamping as part of the embellishments that come with this kit. Because I do like to limit myself to the kids. Now you'll see here I'm stamping on this photo of my daughter, and the ink isn't working very well, so I stamp it a couple of times and I get frustrated, so I re-inked it and stamped it again. I didn't show you the part where I'm re-inking the stamp kit, but I end up not liking that. Of course. And here I damp the journaling card with the dates of the crop, and you can see that big black dot there. I'm going to cover that up with a chipboard that says yes please, and that's for the crop and getting away for the weekend. And after online schooling, I just needed a little break. I mean, I love my kids, but having them 24/7 with no break is kind of a big deal for me. I love them, love them, love them, but sometimes I just need a little break, right? So I am using the chipboards that came with the Ali Edwards story kit, and I'm putting chipboards in different places. This one that says back to school, I'm using on the one of my daughter with the funny face at Zoom. I am going to put a heart sticker over September memories, and I'm going to cover up the stamp on the slip and slide photo with the heart that says this story hashtag thankful. I'm also going to use another heart that says lovely change over the stamp of my daughter standing at the dance studio, and it's going to come off the edge, so I'm going to go ahead and snip that off using my mini snips. Now there's a circle chipboard that says find ease in the mess, and that's on the bottom photo of my crop space. I am going to use, let's see, another chipboard, I'm sure. And you can see that I changed that on the bottom left-hand corner to a chipboard. Well, there you have it. That is my week 37. Thank you so much for joining me. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know every time I upload a new video, and I'll see you next time.